the British Salmon Act. In the UK, the 1986 Salmon Act contains a curious provision that seems almost too strange to be true. It's illegal to handle fish in suspicious circumstances. Now, you might wonder, what exactly qualifies as suspicious when it comes to fish? Well, if you're caught with a salmon that authorities believe was illegally caught, you could be slapped with a hefty fine. This law was originally crafted to crack down on salmon poaching, a significant issue at the time. But today, it stands as a quirky reminder that even something as simple as holding a fish can land you in legal trouble. It's a testament to the UK's determination to protect its aquatic life, albeit in an unusual way. Monaco, the glittering jewel of the Mediterranean, is synonymous with luxury and high-stakes gambling. Yet, there's a surprising twist to the glamour. Monegasque citizens are actually banned from gambling in the very casinos that attract tourists from around the world. This law, which might seem counterintuitive at first, was established to protect the local population from the potentially ruinous effects of gambling. Instead, the casinos are marketed exclusively to tourists, ensuring that Monaco's economy benefits from the influx of foreign money. Locals, on the other hand, are kept away from the temptation of the gaming tables. It's an odd juxtaposition, living in a gambler's paradise where you're forbidden to play. But it's a rule that remains firmly in place, highlighting Monaco's unique approach to safeguarding its citizens. Oshawa, Canada, might seem like an ordinary city, but it has a law that sets it apart in a peculiar way. Since 2008, it's been illegal to climb or damage trees on municipal property. This includes planting trees without the proper permissions from the city. The law was enacted to protect Oshawa's urban green spaces, emphasizing the importance of preserving the city's natural beauty. However, the strictness of this regulation means that even innocent activities, like a child climbing a tree in a public park, could technically be met with fines. It's a law that underscores the city's commitment to its environment, but also one that makes you think twice before engaging in what might otherwise seem like harmless fun. In Oshawa, trees are treated with a level of respect that's enshrined in the legal code. Romania has a law that gives a whole new meaning to finders keepers. According to this old regulation, if a domestic animal wanders onto your property and isn't reclaimed by its owner within 30 days, it legally becomes yours. This applies not just to pets like dogs or cats, but also to livestock. Even more fascinating is that wild animals, such as pigeons or bees, can also be claimed if they choose to settle on your land. However, there's a twist. If the animal was lured onto your property through fraudulent means or by fireworks, the law doesn't apply. This peculiar regulation reflects a unique approach to property rights in Romania, where even stray animals are subject to legal ownership. It's a bizarre, yet enduring piece of legislation that continues to shape how people interact with animals in rural and urban areas alike. In Denmark, there's a law that insists on one thing above all else. You must keep your face visible in public. Enacted in 2000, this regulation prohibits wearing masks or any other disguise that could obscure your identity, with penalties ranging from fines to imprisonment for up to 6 months. The law was introduced to enhance public safety and ensure that individuals could be easily identified in public spaces. While there are exceptions for masks worn for weather protection or medical reasons, the rule is otherwise strictly enforced. This law highlights Denmark's focus on transparency and security in its public spaces. It's a reminder that in Denmark, being out in public means you must be seen, not hidden. In Oklahoma, there's a peculiar law that might make you think twice before combining a favorite fast food indulgence with a playful stroll. It's illegal to walk backward while eating a hamburger. This odd regulation, while seemingly nonsensical, was likely introduced with public safety in mind, perhaps to prevent choking incidents or accidents caused by not watching where you're going. The enforcement of this law remains a mystery, with no clear records of anyone being fined or arrested for such behavior. However, it reflects a broader cultural concern with food safety and public order, showcasing how even the simplest of activities can become a matter of legal scrutiny in the pursuit of keeping citizens safe, even from themselves. In the halls of the UK Parliament, where decisions shaping the nation are made, there exists a law that dates back over 7 centuries, the 1313 Statute forbidding bearing of armour. This ancient regulation strictly prohibits anyone from entering Parliament while wearing a suit of armour. Initially introduced to prevent armed confrontations within the sacred legislative space, it was aimed at ensuring that discussions remained peaceful and that no one could intimidate others by showing up in full battle gear. While the likelihood of someone donning a suit of armour and marching into Parliament today is virtually non-existent, the law remains on the books. It serves as a fascinating historical relic and the enduring commitment to maintaining decorum in one of the world's oldest parliamentary systems. In the United States, a law exists that might surprise those who enjoy quirky pet trends. It's illegal to dye ducklings or any other live poultry. This law was created to prevent the sale of dyed chicks, often marketed as colourful novelties around holidays like Easter. The concern was that these animals, appealing for their bright colours, would be purchased on a whim and then neglected or abandoned once the novelty wore off. The law is a protective measure aimed at ensuring the well-being of these vulnerable creatures, discouraging impulse buys that could lead to their suffering. Those caught dyeing or selling dyed poultry can face fines and, in some cases, charges related to animal cruelty. It's a law that underscores the importance of responsible pet ownership and the protection of animals from becoming mere disposable decorations. Thanks for watching, and if you would like to see similar content in the future, please support the channel by sharing to at least one friend and subscribing for more everyday strange and fascinating content.